Hi everyone. Um, so my name is Eve, EVE. I don't think I actually introduced myself in my first video because I was just like pissed and needed to vent and just wanted to put out a message. So yeah, my name is Eve. I am a transgender woman. Um, and the topic that I wanted to talk about today was laser hair removal because I just started laser hair removal. I had my first session, it's been like 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. And I kind of just, yeah, I wanted to talk about it and really just like my experience. Um, Disclaimer, like, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not anything like that, like the medical side of stuff. I'm just talking about my experience. So I think if you're watching this video, you probably know the basics about laser hair removal. Um, for I don't know, with my experience, so I checked out. I did a lot of research. Um, I went to one place, and I mean, like the doctor was running really late. Like it was a really nice place. Don't get me wrong. Like they had cucumber water, and like it looked like a really nice place. They were very professional and respectful and everything like that. But the doctor was really late, um, which I get. Like doctors are usually late, right? I mean, they're busy, but it was clear that there was only one doctor there. She was like scrambling between doing procedures. She didn't really like know why I was there. She thought I was just gonna get the treatment done. In reality, I was just there for like most places offer like a free consultation, and I would definitely advise taking places up on a free consultation. Um, Random, but so I've heard a lot of people talk about finding places on Groupon, and like I totally get that. All I want to say is just like do your research. Make sure that I would say like before buying the deal or whatever on Groupon, just like do research into the place. I mean, some of these places, I feel like they're kind of like, in my mind, like the spectrum of the types of places are kind of like tattoo shops, right? So there's tattoo shops that are like premier tattoo shops where like everything is super clean and sterile, they're very professional, whatever. There's other places that really just want your money and like they're on Groupon and they are cheap as heck, for a reason. Because, maybe they're probably their laser is not as good. That's usually what it boils down to. I'll later, if like anyone actually watches this and or cares, I'll like post. I can let you know what kind of laser was used on me and stuff like that. So anyway, um, the second place I went to, I immediately like they were immediately ready for me. The doctor was like early. She took me early. It was a free consultation. Um, you could just tell that the place was like really nice and kind of like upscale, and like I get it, transitioning is super expensive. Like there's so many things, at least in my experience with the things that I feel like I have to do to help my dysphoria. Like some of them are pricey, even with insurance, like the medical side of stuff. But this place was really nice. Like the doctor was really reassuring. Um, and a lot of the places, like even the really like premier top places, offer deals. So like this place, basically they told me at least everyone who does laser hair removal on their face, um, it's like a minimum of like 6 sessions, and they made me feel pretty good about things. Like I had done a lot of research, but like for me, like I'm an ideal candidate. I'm like have super light skin, and I have dark, like coarse facial hair. Um, for most of my life, I've just let my beard grow, and like I had a beard like down to like here until a couple months ago. Um, I have really thick facial hair. It's like coarse, it's dark. Some of it's red. Um, I don't know why. Like some Jews just like have red beards, like, but some of it's red, some of it's like super dark and coarse. Anyway, the place that I ended up going to, um, like the first session for like a same day session, they give a discount, so it was like 25% off or something for that one session. And then if I bought like the 6 session package, um, then it was like 15% off or something, which is good. And I really felt good about this place, so I did that. And I went back later in the day for my appointment. And I also want to say, I mean, it's important to like feel out of place and pick a place that's going to be respectful of like your pronouns and your gender identity. Definitely not everywhere is going to be like that. But this place like made me feel good about that too. They had asked if someone else from the trans community had recommended them because they had a lot of trans clients, blah blah blah. So people say like, yeah, it feels like a rubber band snapping on your face, like blah blah blah. It's not that bad. I've heard a lot of people say that. Um, I'm if this ever like becomes a thing where I post videos regularly, I'm gonna be like pretty freaking honest. So I have like never felt as much pain in my entire life as I did when I got laser hair removal. And they said like the first session will be the worst because like the laser will pick up like the coarsest, like deepest rooted hairs. But holy shit, it hurts so badly. It does not, I don't know what laser people were talking about that feels like a rubber band because I would have really enjoyed a rubber band. Um, this laser hurt so badly, and like you have to understand, I have a really high pain tolerance. Like when I was a kid, I broke my arm at summer camp, and I just lived with it for like 2 weeks until my parents came up for visiting day and were like, "What's wrong with your arm?" Like I just lived with the pain. Like I have a high pain tolerance. Um, and like I said, this was the most intense physical pain I've felt in my entire life. I can't explain what it feels like. I mean, it feels like a laser, like killing your hair, and you smell it too, which is something that I didn't expect, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. Like, it smells like burnt hair, like when you're straightening your hair or whatever, and it smells like that burnt hair, especially when they do on your upper lip, like it because that okay. So first of all, that hurts the most when they do your upper lip, at least for me. um and then the smell just goes like straight into your nose, and it's like terrible. um but the results were, I mean, like immediately. So even after the session, I mean, it only took like 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. And I made the mistake of opting out of like lidocaine jelly, I guess is like what they use, like to numb it. But even right after, so like the place go to, that I go to, they have you shave like that day or the day before. They want you like clean shaven. I know I've heard other people say that their laser places tell them that even like longer hair is better and stuff, but my place said this way, and I wasn't about to question them because it's what they do. So even like right after, I could tell a difference, and like so since then it's been like 2 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks, and like yesterday, like I used, like those exfoliating kind of pads that like one side is smooth and the other side is like um bumpy or whatever, like textured to like exfoliate. Like so much hair fell out. So like right after, you could notice a difference. Like a few days after, even like some hairs were kind of falling out and stuff, but like this is a full 2 weeks after yesterday, and I could not believe how much hair was coming off of my face, like just from these exfoliating pads. So like you can already see that it's growing, and like it's a really patchy, right? The place that I've noticed the biggest difference is on my cheeks, actually. That and that's where like most people have commented that they can see the most difference. Like I think that kind of like here and definitely your upper lip. Usually they tell you are the hardest places to like get rid of the hair and the shadow. But yeah, you can see it's coming in really patchy. I shaved like 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and again, like it's only been one session, and I'm trying to be realistic about this. Like, I have a super thick beard, and I don't expect it to be perfect, but I just wanted to share my experience. Like, at some point, if I figure out if I become more technologically like competent, I'll like try to include a picture of what I looked like with a full beard. Not that I like to look at those pictures necessarily, but I think it would be helpful because I'm trying to make these videos because like if you're a trans identifying person on the feminine spectrum, doing your research and stuff, I mean, facial hair is a big thing. Like for my dysphoria, um, it's a big part of my dysphoria. So, I just wanted to say that like there's definitely hope. Like even after one session, I've seen like dramatic results. Like I feel like if I was clean shaven and then put on makeup, um, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, I've tried doing like the color correcting, and I like watched so many videos. I really tried, like I really, really tried to understand how to do the color correcting thing. Because I've like never worn makeup in my life. I've never been a makeup person. Even like when I am transitioning and presenting more female, like I don't want to have to put makeup on every day. I don't think I'm that kind of girl. I don't think I am. But anyway, I just want to say that there's hope. It really is patchy. And sending, all of my trans girls and guys and everyone and allies love. And if you have questions, please feel free to like, I don't know, can you message on YouTube? Probably. Like I said, I don't really use YouTube. If you want to like message me or just in the comments ask anything, like feel free. If it's an offensive question, I'm just not gonna answer it. um, so yeah, hope everyone's good and take care.